We are live, so we made it, fellas. How exciting is that?
I'm so excited.
So excited. Who is he going to be calling this? Are you calling this, Ducky, or are you just going to watch it from the call?
I'm gonna watch. I'll be here.
Okay, well, go on mute if you're not going to call the game. I'm cool if you stay here and watch, though, without the delay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got to, ping everybody and whatnot. So, give me a moment. I have to wait for it to pop up. But you guys can get in the game. That's chilling. Oh my god, are you gonna spend your staff points, little bro? Jesus, man. Look at this guy. 570 staff points. Holy frick, dude. When's it gonna post? Dude, this is terrible. This is annoying.
I can't believe he's not using generational fullback Scott Matlock.
Jesus, man. Dude, I don't even know who that is, but I'm sure he's great. Game of the week info. Oh, Stinky's got it somehow. That's crazy. Chargers or Raiders cast. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, Stinky's got it. Wow, what a G, man. What a Sigma. I'm trying to make sure I can hear you guys. Can somebody talk? That's in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Was that loud? Did you hear?
Okay, I had to make sure it works. I didn't want it to hear the feedback through the mic, like the loop. But we did it, man. We're here. Good luck, man. Johnny Pablo here. Is that good luck to us? Thanks, man.
I think so.
Wow, that's magical. Shout out to Johnny Pablo. Yeah, he's the Cardinals. All right, so we're here. That's right. With the Chargers and the Raiders. And Stinky, very confident he wasn't going to lose this game. I know he's been playing a little bit of squads with you. Do you think he's ready for this moment?
I'd say this is about as 50-50 of a game as you can get.
I mean, Ike has famously beaten Stinky playing his first ever game of Madden. Yes. Yeah. And that's unbelievable. And that was like deep into the cycle.
Yeah,
so like
that was before Johnny Wilson had Superstar. Johnny Wilson has Superstar. I don't think there's any way that Stinky stops.
Ike would have only gotten better. Okay. And Stinky has been playing the game less. So who knows what's going to happen here? I think we're in for a real barn burner now. Are you going to go ahead and lay down that you think the Raiders will win?
I wouldn't say that because I put my rings on Stinky.
I did too. So
in my heart of hearts, I would love to see Ike pull this game out.
I think he very much has a chance, and I'd agree that it's really just 50-50, but I have to go with the more accomplished user. You know, Stinky has seen continued success. He's one of the most winningest head coaches in the league's history. So I've got to, when I'm putting money on the line, I've got to go with him. But I very much think that the Raiders could come away with a big win here. So
some big things for the Raiders is so far they've developed their talent pretty well. Johnny Wilson's a superstar. Their tackle is a superstar.
Wow, and they're going to
Travis Etienne's brother, Etienne, go for a touchdown right off rip.
And, I mean, right at the start of the game, right up the seam, and right in for the Raiders touchdown. Unbelievable.
Mental, we told him, this is a pretty close game, and you can lose this. And to have that right off rip, that's got to play a big part in his head going forward.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite the shot deep down the field. Big touchdown strike, and I think that's going to do big things for Ike's confidence moving forward. I think an early touchdown is literally as bad as it gets, because that was fast.
Yeah, that was super fast, and I'm very excited to see Ike's offense come out on this field. I don't know anyone on his defense besides Kalijah Cansey. He did trade away.
Max Crosby is gone. He's a Buccaneer, so I also don't really know what to expect from this defense. I think he has a corner that's really fast. Maybe Ja'Carrion Bennett, maybe. I want to
I think
say.
he got rid of him and
That
sent
would
him
be
over
so
to
sad.
Indianapolis.
That would be so sad if true. In that case, I have no idea who's on this unit, but I don't think it matters because Stinky is prone to making mistakes, certainly, especially when he's out of his element, which I think he very much could be, especially feeling the pressure of an early touchdown. So
Yeah, and I
back to
think all the
throw.
pressure is on Stinky. Ike has nothing to lose this game, and we're gonna see. Is that Darius Davis
I think it
over across the
is.
middle?
That's right. So vertical gets open across the middle of the field. Big chunk play. And that's gonna put him at the 50-yard line. So kind of got the makings of the shootout of a shootout so far. I mean, we're still early, Doc, but do you think this is gonna be a high scoring game? Let's say maybe like 35-35 here heading into the fourth.
Because I do ultimately believe Stinky is going to win this game. I do think it is going to be a high scoring affair. I think the less scoring is probably more beneficial for Ike. But I don't see how either team doesn't drop like 40 on each other in this game.
Yeah, I'd
With
agree.
Stinky coming away.
Oh man, Stinky, I can see him lagging a little bit there, but does run the ball and does get 8 yards. So what I'm worried about is, will Ike be able to continue moving the ball like he just did? Because that was like a one play, touchdown strike. Can he consistently score on offense? And if not, I think that'll be what really kills him.
Yeah, I don't think he should have a problem. Stinky doesn't play defense in squads at all. He doesn't know anything that's good. And, you know, every time I watch Stinky play, it's almost always to Jalen Wright, and no one has ever figured out that yet whenever they play him. So it's very
It's a hard thing to
concerning.
cover. Jalen Wright, very good, very talented player, very shifty back there. There's a reason why, he's seen so much success. So back to throw, going to the zig here. This is Smith
Jonnu
and Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, he's within the 10-yard line, and Chargers knocking on the door, looking for a response. So we'll see what they go with here. Handing
Good
off
option, Jalen
inside.
Wright.
Touchdown.
Way
Oh,
too
frick.
easy.
Really threw my headphones off of my head in excitement, but they do get 7 on the board. So, are you surprised at all to see Stinky run into the end zone there?
No, not at all. I think how Ike wins this game is trying to limit possessions, and Stinky does something stupid because I do think Stinky can throw one bad pass a game, and it's just depending on whether you capitalize on that or not. We saw it in the Super Bowl where I think you did capitalize on a bad throw by him, or you got mossed. I don't remember.
I got mossed, and then Jair Alexander made like a crazy play in man and picked him off, and he's super mad about it, even though he just mossed me.
Oh yeah, it
Back
was
to
a
throw.
total
Hurts
moss.
going
We're
a
gonna see a
screen
to
pass.
I think that's
Trey Benson.
from Arizona Cardinals.
You're right.
For 8 yards.
So 8 yards. That's a nice chunk. He does that, and this team will have no problem moving the ball. It's just that's a gimmick play. A halfback screen, like that's not a thing that he's gonna have all day. So I think it's very concerning. The gimmicks that we're seeing. Does he have enough for an entire game? I have no idea.
Gonna see a complete. Is that a flip play or just change?
I think he flipped the play.
Come on,
Run here,
Fowler, and it's gonna
Benson.
work.
Oh,
You gotta go on the outside there.
yeah, he had a.
He's outside.
I see the cut, but he,
I saw the cut too, yeah.
He makes contact there. He loses all his momentum. He probably would have had 7 if that didn't happen. So for him to lose a potential free touchdown there when I kind of expect him to kind of sputter out later in this game, could be bad. Hurts here out of the empty. I think he's got a bunch to his right. Not anymore. Back to throw. Has a man. Wow, he had a man right over the middle, but Hurts is hit as he throws. And incomplete.
Hurts is not really a guy that's very coveted in this league. How do you think Ike needs to cater to his skill set
I think
to win this game?
After playing with Tua in another league, I think I realized that maybe it's not as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be, because I never had any problems. Like my problem wasn't the throw distance, it was just how long it takes for him to do it. So as long as
Wilson break a tackle, stumbles. Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice play. As long as he can, as he's wide open, I don't think it's going to be a problem. And up until this point, I feel like we've seen his guys get wide open deep to where it doesn't matter how weak of an army he has. It's good enough to get there. It's just you have to kind of account for, the defenders having so much time to close in on it after it goes through the air.
So would you say you can have a QB with low throw power if they have abilities?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And if
Well,
they don't have abilities, just avoid them.
basically, Hurts looking to throw here, going
His
to throw it
offensive line
away.
would just get bowled over on that.
Incomplete.
I have no
Obviously,
clue
get throw
what plays
power
the
if you
guy-
can. I have no clue either, but I'm not too worried about it. He's kind of a guy I'd expect to run some unconventional uh things,
Yeah, I mean,
So
unconventional wins Super Bowls.
sometimes
Here,
has I don't know, twice in recent memory. It's about it.
what's the
Well,
who won it twice?
you're the twice, but we don't want to talk about that. Uh You're gonna run there for 10 yards. That's exciting. Nice little chunk play. Gets a fresh set of downs, and I've been impressed with this Raiders offense so far. He's
Me too,
taking what is given to him, and as long as he can keep that up and not make a mistake, then I think he could win this game.
I
Back to
thought
throw,
we'd be
going
the
over the middle,
and
and that's
Benson's
Trey Benson. Wow. So he saw the user pull off. I didn't know if he was going to see it, but I did. And he's able to make the throw. Really nice pass. Perfect throw. And that's going to be a Raiders touchdown. So a 7-point lead, getting the ball, significantly worse than kicking it off. But
I thought we'd be feeling the presence of the Chargers defensive line by now. You know, Joey Bosa, Tuli Tuipulotu, Byron Murphy. I don't think any of those guys have any recorded stats besides pressure.
well, I'm sure they'll show up, eventually. But for now, they have been pretty quiet, and Hertz has been able to deliver dimes down the field. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I really think that maybe he could start. Like, I have no confidence in this Chargers offense, but
Yeah,
I
right
also
now,
feel
this
like
close seems like it's game losing.
the Raiders aren't going to do a whole ton. I mean, the talent's not there. Wow, he's using the D line.
Wide open crosser, doesn't take it, throws the corner route that looks really
Wow.
This is the SWAT, and Jonnu Smith picks up 30 or so yards on that. Wow.
I mean, if he's going to use the D line, his stop is going to have to be like a throw out of sack because I don't
Uses
think
the
this is
D-line there.
happening.
Jalen Wright gets it, and the D-line user comes up big to stop the game.
This is just not going to work. We have to be in coverage. I don't care how bad you think you are at using in coverage. You have to use her in coverage, bro. So for him to willingly take himself out of the play every down, and it looks like just like cover 3 every play. Like there's always one high safety look. So I don't know what the deal is, but this is a playoff team, and you'd think that they have something up their up their up their sleeve. Right there's a big play. So 3rd down and short. Stinky is always thinking about 7, so I don't think he will take 3.
No, he's probably going to let this go unless he's just trying to catch the Raiders by surprise by hiking this. He does hike
Back to
it.
throw.
Drops right into
Cansey.
coverage.
Wow, nice dime there. Corner route, catches it on the sideline, and that's going to bring an end to the first quarter. 14-7, your score.
And this has been a very exciting game so far. I just didn't want this to become a blowout on the side of Stinky early on. I wanted to see a close game, and as long as this game is close, I think Ike it favors Ike pretty much, because if Stinky doesn't pull away, I don't think he's going to win this game.
The Cardinal says that as a fellow D-line user, he likes to trust the CPU in coverage and make sure he gets pressure, which I guess is valid, but I just think it's not a winning strategy when you get to higher levels of coaching here.
So I've been tinkering around with it.
Oh, here we go. He's in coverage. So right now he's strapped.
Everything's bad.
Yes, when you're in coverage, you can, cover the field, and if you're not using in coverage, then something's going to get open. So like I really feel like it's a no-brainer.
Well, I've been tinkering around using El Toro and running match coverage and just letting my match coverage do the thing and not messing it up. And I've had a little bit of success, but it just feels so gross and awful. user
Well,
would be
he's back
like.
to the D line, and he's back to giving up touchdowns. Chargers are in the end zone.
That's typically where a user would be.
That is literally right where a user would be. And I'm sure Stinky has absolutely no complaints about having to pass against a userless defense. Because Stinky,
Yeah,
he hates passing in squads on the offense. He's like, man, they get, 3 users and KOs on every player on the field. Like, this is impossible. And now he gets to play against a team with no abilities on
my
defense
God.
and no user on the field. So
What abilities does Kanzi have to even?
I have
put Ike
no
onto
idea.
him?
I have no idea. I know his linebacker is Crusher, which I'm thinking now could be his only opportunity at a real stop.
Yeah.
Right now, it's looking like Ike is going to have a lead at half. He's
And I'm
going
not
to
sure
have to
that's gonna
tie.
happen
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
think that's
second
going to
half.
happen unless he scores like immediately or if he gets a stop. So I don't feel too great. Etienne in motion. He caught a big touchdown earlier tonight.
Yeah, I do like the motion. It's instilling confidence into me that Ike knows what he's doing somewhat on offense. He's ran these plays before. Bench dagger, that's a pretty good play.
Yeah, I like that. I like seeing him
Hopefully
utilize these things. I think he did. I was a little scared because Hartfield could play it, but couldn't get it off. I think that's where he was going. Back to throw is
Running
Hurts
back.
going underneath to the drag,
Bowers.
and Bowers is able to wrestle it away, but that could
Yeah, I
have
feel like
gone the
that's
other
just
way
an
for
act of
7.
madness saying, freak you.
Oh my god, that literally could have been 7 the other way, and that would have been it. So huge third down here. Etienne in motion, gonna create a little like trips look to the right side, kinda. Maybe like a
It
tray
wouldn't surprise
open.
me if this. Oh, he gets rid of the cross man. I kind of liked it a little bit.
Oh my god, he throws it right at Stinky's user. That's Hartfield with the interception. Wow, and he's going to take that all the way back for a touchdown. And just like that, this is looking real bad for the Raiders. I mean,
Yeah, I typically I didn't mind a throw because you see a lot of users just be like, "Oh, he's running a streak" and run away from it.
uh-huh.
But I guess Stinky's experience just said, "Hold up, let me sit here."
Let me just sit on it, and he's able to come away with the pick. I mean, if I wanted to throw that, I would have at least tried to highball it because
Mhm.
then maybe he would throw it over him, and my guy would get his hands on it and just like hopefully it falls to the turf. But I don't think we got that. It just went right to Hartfield, and now
Nice
we're
mid
kind of in a
pace.
now we're kind of in a scary spot. A spot we can't afford to be in is receiving and down. Absolutely not. I'd like to see him dial up maybe. Honestly, if he just wanted to throw it up to his 6'30" guy, I think that would be a winning
Yeah,
formula.
he is going to have this situation 1-on-1, and wow,
Swatted
big
down
time
at the
swat.
line of scrimmage. I
Nice.
literally think his best chance, if Stinky's going to give him single coverage, we've seen Stinky get beat by this before, but you just have him on a streak, throw it to him in single coverage, and he's going to come down with it probably because he's so girthy. What's up, honey?
And I do see he has Donald Parham Jr. as well. Donald Parham Jr. is also 6'7", so he has a 6'7" and 6'8" guy to throw the ball to. And we see a nice little gain here, makes it third and manageable, but I'd hate to see Ike have to come off the field.
That would be backbreaking. I mean, this is tight end attack territory. I love tight end
Mhm.
attack. It's such a good play. And here it
That's
is.
exactly what it
Tight
is.
end attack. And he's
Throws it to Johnny Wilson.
I mean,
don't like that
I don't like
all.
that at all because he has the guaranteed first down, fresh set of downs. That's literally more of a first, second down play because I don't hate the throw. That guy's massive, but he just didn't get the animation, and now we're punting down 7, and he's getting freaking Stinky's getting the ball. So this is now
Yeah.
looking like blowout territory.
And we see that in real life too. Like it's 3rd and 4, and QBs just say, "Well, it's 3rd down. Let me throw it up." Why? Try and get the first down and keep the drive going. So some of the decisions that people make in real life that have jobs in the NFL make me really question why don't they hire Madden players to
On
make
God.
decisions
On
like
God.
that?
So play action here. Herbert looking to throw. He's going to have the post. Gets hit. Chance for maybe a throw out of sack. Yeah, I was horrified. Such a common thing. Literally think it shouldn't happen because that's terrible. But It is the world we live in, and right there, I
do like
was.
this bunch quads. This quads formation is pretty good. He is gonna. It looks like he is gonna get out of it. Switch the bunch offset. Go to his typical verts here, and I would be very surprised if Stinky does not pick up a first down here.
Well, going to the little tight end wheel, and Smith is going to get there. And I feel like they just move the ball rather effortlessly when I feel like the Raiders are always fighting. Hold on.
Yeah, we're really seeing the team difference and just the experience difference. This being Ike's first season, and you know, probably not the best user against Stinky, and we are going to see a sack here by Christian Wilkins. Gives a little bit of life to the Raiders. It would be absolutely huge to get a stop here and have last possession to try and score.
Yeah, a sack right there. Sacks are generally drive killers. Holding are drive killers. Holdings aren't a thing, though, unless you're a sniper and you play with aggressive O-line. I think he's still going to score, but now it'll be slightly more inconvenient. Back to throw. DJ Wanneman coverage is not going to cut it. I don't like that. Rashid Shaheed effortlessly. Yes. I mean, wow. And to nobody's surprise, the Chargers are moving this thing, and they're probably just going to continue to have their way with this Raiders defense.
Yeah, and I just don't like the back end of the Raiders. They're not getting pressure. They're really missing Crosby here.
Yeah, Crosby would likely work wonders. Wow, cuts it all the way to the sideline, and it's going to work out for 4. What athleticism from Jalen Wright. Truly impressive.
Yeah, I'm already calling it.
Wow, bro went to the chew. So thinking clock here, and that's probably the wise decision. Looking at a devil mug here, this could actually work. I don't like this play particularly a lot. I feel like Stinky does not. Oh, nope. Yeah, okay. He just has everything. Rashid Shaheed is going to be the read. He would have had the wheel for a Baja touchdown, but ops go to him instead. 2-minute warning is looming. He probably won't snap this football, I'd imagine at least. And he will not. So yeah. Chargers up 7, getting the ball and knocking on the door. We could see this lead very quickly go to 21. In fact, that's literally what's going to happen. Ew, this play is nasty. What is this? What is this play? What is this ducky-ah play? Well, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Wow. I'm surprised Ike's user didn't notice that. Ike's user dropped out in the coverage with the D-line and didn't notice all of the linemen running.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Stinky ran that at all. I think it could have been a complete accident, because that just is not a typical play call that we'd see out of him. Back to throw. Herbert looking, throwing it right to Ike, wow. And that's intercepted. I think that's Terrell Edmonds.
Yep.
Wow, and that's not a thing you can afford if you're Stinky, because now, well, you can afford it, but it sucks really bad because you were in such a good spot. You need at least 3 there to make it 2 possessions. And instead, Ike's going to have an opportunity to tie it up and just be 1 stop away. What is this? He's in the Hail Mary formation with 2 minutes left in the half.
Johnny Wilson.
I mean, what? Can't get the ball off, incomplete. If you just want to throw a streak, don't do it out of freaking Hail Mary. Thank you. So we're in single back now. This is a lot better. I have no confidence that this will come in. Back to throw. It's picked up. Going underneath. This is Brock Bowers, who's wow.
Wilson fails to pick up the block. I feel like there was a lot left on the table.
He could have definitely taken that to the house if the blocking held up, but it didn't. This time's ticking away pretty fast. We do have 3 timeouts. Terrible. I don't like this play from Stinky. Okay, there we go. He changed it. This will be fine. Back to throw. Hurts rolling out to his right. Playmaker has him. Oh. Yeah, and with 2 guys there covering him, you can't really expect him to come down with it. Not the easiest catch in the world, and that's why he just didn't. So, honestly, at this point, I just love to see him throw it to Johnny Wilson, as long as he has single coverage, because more often than not, I don't know if he has deep out, but if he did, you could probably catch it pretty damn consistently. Takes the
Running
safe
backs
throw.
right
I don't
away.
hate that.
Both
Gets out of bounds.
big
Gets the first
big
down.
first down. That's
That
huge. Out
is
of bounds and the first down.
absolutely massive. So 57 seconds now. Clock has stopped. Still 3 timeouts. Feeling pretty good if I'm Ike. But I kind of want a big chunk play at some point.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna get it with Johnny Wilson here.
Back to throw. Going outside. Johnny Wilson
Tough to
unable.
overthrow
Yes.
Johnny Wilson, but man,
He is double covered. I mean, probably for the best. Stinky kind of opting to just play man and sit back and do nothing. We've seen this frick him over against H-Coke, famously. While Brock Bowers up the middle, unable to hang on to it. Too many bodies. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 here. Stinky still has his timeouts. If he punts or gives the ball back, Stinky could very easily go get 7.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely awful here.
That would be bad. I'm looking at Johnny Wilson.
Me too.
Look at Johnny
The
Wilson.
free release.
Oh, he keeps getting these animations that aren't going to cut it. I don't know what his play ball is.
He needs to click on and swerve him downwards to avoid the defender and catch
I
that.
don't know if this is legal, but he's going to do it. We're in the empty here.
I don't think this is legal at all.
I don't think so either, but I don't think Stinky's one to complain. He's just going to throw it up to Johnny Wilson again, or just up the seam, I figure.
Yeah, I feel like Johnny Wilson's on a post here.
Oh, he knows it. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Going to be a false start, and the punt unit is going to come out onto the field. You cannot give up 3. I mean, you can. Definitely don't give up 7. I just, it's such a bad spot. Like, you just lose. I'm so sorry. Like, it's so over. I have no faith at all. What, this camera angle is so gross. That was so nasty.
I don't understand.
I don't understand it either, but now Stinky could make a mistake. We saw him throw an absolutely blind read for an interception deep in the enemy territory last time. I mean, what?
I didn't like that play at all.
Okay, this looks better. Back to throw is Herbert going underneath, has right, solid chunk play, is going to use a timeout, and he's got 2 remaining in 30 seconds. So right now, doing what he needs to do for 3, and that's probably what's on his mind at minimum. In motion is Brown across the bunch. He's going to go join who I'd assume to be Rashid Shaheed. Oh, and he's going back. So maybe he's trying to see man or zone. Looks like zone. Back to throw is Herbert. Looking. Oh, I mean, he kind of had him, but gets hit. Unable to get it there, and gonna be a 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I was really hoping Stinky was gonna throw that deep dig and it get picked off, but
yeah, it definitely could have been picked, but sometimes you just gotta chuck it. This play looks all right. He's got this zig. Yeah, that looks all right to me. Back to throw. Man, that post. Man, that post. Oh my God, the post. He's just gonna throw a streak. It's not accurate. He had the post.
Yeah,
so open.
Something I've noticed playing squads with Stinky, his freeform settings, worst I've ever seen. He overthrows and underthrows so many balls, and they're all inaccurate, and it's terrible anytime he pass leads. I don't know what he does on his freeform settings, but it's so terrible, and I told him to change it because it's just god awful.
Wow, he gets stuck on Cansey. I don't think. Oh my God, it's intercepted!
Intercepted! Wow.
Terrell Edmonds gets his 2nd of the night, and what a time for it to come, because now the Raiders are going to look to get at least 3. You imagine they're just going to chuck it up to Johnny Wilson in single coverage again, which is kind of like virtually risk-free, but you have to be expecting that if you're the Stinkmeister. ETN did score one earlier. He's going to motion. It kind of creates a spread look here. I hate this animate. What is Jalen Hurts doing, dude? He's like squatting.
Don't like that at all.
That was terrible. Screen pass. I thought it got picked. But
it went right through the defender's body.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it got like deflected a little, but still came down with it. Yeah, I mean, unless you have some play out of this, then I have no idea. Going to Johnny Wilson. There's 2 defenders there. Able to get ahead of him, but not going to come down with it. Now we're 3rd and 14 from amazing field position. Virtually guaranteed 3. And we're coming out in the single back, bro. What is this? He might run this. He literally might run it.
That'd be a little little bit insane to run.
He literally might run it because he sees dollar. He literally might run the ball. He's calling out hot routes. He's going to pass out of the single back. Everybody's on a streak. He's going to Brock Bowers, who predictably can't catch the ball in triple coverage.
You know what I want to see? Fake punt. Or Hail Mary. I think he can do Hail Mary from here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like this is some crazy rule break because realistically, like, this is probably what would happen. Back to throw. While pressure's there, unable to get it off. Going to be a turnover on downs, but it's not going to matter because that's the end of the half. So 7-point lead for the Chargers.
Yeah, something I didn't think we'd see a lot of is a lot of sneaky mistakes, and he already made 2 in the first half. And Ike, story of the game, unable to capitalize off of them. It could potentially be like 28-21 right now.
Yeah, but the Raiders offense, like I was worried about, has been unable to consistently move the football. And now they've kind of devolved to only throwing streaks.
And that's not a good game plan.
That is definitely not a good game plan, and not in the way that we're doing it. If you spread the field out, I think you could, look for single coverage and throw streaks. But not what we've seen. And using the D-line has been a nightmare. Now he's using Bernard, which I think is the right decision. Corner route wide open. This is Smith. Got him.
How there's guys wide open every single play.
I mean, it's not ideal, certainly. But that's a huge chunk play. Already putting him in range for a field goal, you'd imagine. Empty look.
Going straight up the seam.
Empty look going underneath. Has a smoke screen and right. Couldn't get tackled. Rough day for Herbert, but it doesn't really matter when your defense is playing as well as it is.
Yeah, in this game, holding your opponent to 14 points at half is pretty big. My cat seems to agree.
So, empty bunch to the right. Herbert, obviously, all alone back there. Back to throw. Going outside, and that's caught Rashid Shaheed. I can't believe that. I thought he had a shot at a pick. The guy wasn't there.
Out of all the guys on the team, I would expect Moring to be the one to be least likely to get overthrown, the ball thrown over his head in that situation.
I mean, maybe that's like, I was just a little scared because it looked like maybe he could have, but not what happened. Able to bring that into the end zone. That is a Chargers touchdown, and now we're down 2 possessions, and we can't move the football. The annoying thing is, if he keeps throwing streaks and incomplete passes, we're going to be here for another 45 minutes, Doc.
Yeah, it would. If that's the case, would love to see some early chew clock.
I don't think Stinky's the type. But if he gets a big enough lead, he might be like, all right, I have better things to do. Like, let's pack it up. We'll see what he cooks up. He's getting dollar, and I don't think he cares. Motion across the formation is ETN, who's going to get like a fake touch pass, going to hand it off.
Don't like that at all.
Yeah, I really don't like that. Not good.
The players are there, but the play calling has not been.
Yeah, and these guys want it, but they're just so devoted to throwing, these jump balls, and now we're kind of getting back to like a real offense, but to start your drive off with a, kind of like a play that traditionally doesn't work the best is
you
mind-boggling.
Facilitate touches to your best players, but I don't think throwing halfback screens and fake jet pass is the way to do it. Bowers is open over the middle.
Wow, he did like a choice route, and he worked out, able to catch it through contact, and that is going to keep the sticks moving. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that again if he's asked. Oh, man. Last time he was in this, he literally had a bunch of streaks. Mm-hmm. Terrible call. We'll see what he does here.
This is quite an offense.
Ooh, a Johnny Wilson. That's a shocking call, but it works for 5, so you can't be too mad at it.
That spin move was. Normally, for bigger guys, that spin move sucks.
Mm-hmm. Wow, could we be seeing tight end attack here? That's what I'd imagine we're seeing because of the immediate flip. I literally think that's what I'm looking at. Oh, it's not. He's gonna run it, and wow, he breaks the tackle.
Breaks the
Trey
tackle.
Benson fighting for 2. So
At least we're seeing the Raiders players fight hard all the way to the end. This may seem like it's a losing battle now, fight just being the inferior team with the inferior play caller.
well, what I will say
At
is
least they have
Stinky
fun.
has made a lot of mistakes and thrown many interceptions. There's a chance he might not quite be done yet.
Oh,
Wow.
trap on 3rd
Ooh,
down.
unable to get there. I would
Sounds
love to
good.
see the offense stay on the field. Yeah. We'll see what he can dial up here, but 4th and very short. Back to throw. I'm not
Big
seeing a
short
hold
route
son.
potentially.
Oh, Bowers on the
Bowers
zig.
across the middle, open again, trucks a man, takes his soul, and I'm so thankful we avoided a DeMar Hamlin situation. That helmet went straight into that man's chest, and he was able to get out from that.
And Stinky was trying to user it. Ike opting to throw it anyway, and ended up working out. Stinky couldn't quite keep up with the shifty route. And now he's knocking on the door. I don't know if red zone threat is a thing on Johnny Wilson, but if it is,
I think it's on Bowers.
well, that's just as good. I mean, Stinky trying to switch stick completely, like, it's like he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't think Stinky's switch stick is that great.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is people try to switch stick, and then they just take a player completely out of the play, and you have a wild
everyone else, like in my skill group, is amazing at it, and I'm terrible. Like I don't really utilize it. Like it's hard for me to wrap my head around that.
Yeah, my biggest concern is you switch stick to cover like a corner route, and then you just give up the streak. That's on the same side. I see a lot of that.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that happens, but not a thing that's super prevalent here in the MKL. So 3rd down and short here, gonna flip Bowers and
Offsides, hike
ETN.
it for the free play.
Oh, awareness isn't there. Man, Benson unable. Yeah. They are going to no huddle, keep the offense on the field. So here's the game. Yeah, me neither. He's going to audible to a single back bunch tight end. I'm horrified. I'm so scared. This is the game. Back to throw. Johnny Wilson over the middle. Touchdown. And that's the call, man. You get it up high on the top shelf, and they're going to struggle to elevate to that level, and works out, scores 7, and really all Vegas needs is for Stinky to make a mistake or get unlucky and fumble or throw out a sack. There's an avenue to victory here, especially with how Stinky's been playing.
I wouldn't say it's an avenue. I'd say it's about the size of a bike lane.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like a sidewalk, maybe like the crack of a sidewalk path to victory,
He's walking down the path of victory. What's that? A drunk driver?
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like it's a long shot, and I hate being so negative, but I'm just so unimpressed.
Yeah, the one play I really did like was that Johnny Wilson and the angle route, but so far, it's been kind of like a boring game to say.
Back to throw underneath. Wow. Diving, can't come in with it. Yeah, I mean, can they please put that in the game? Because I would love to have that on my player. Like,
yeah, I am happy that happened because I am a Raiders stan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's exciting to see people win who generally are unsuccessful. And I'm just glad he's here. But to win would be
say is the most unsuccessful.
Probably like Nico or like Frozen or
you should give Frozen the Chiefs.
Or like maybe this guy that's on the Patriots now, Harvey. That guy loses a lot. I mean, he's been here a few times and he's always seemed to be losing. A lot of unsuccessful people we could pick between.
The nice thing about being unsuccessful, you can only go up.
That's right,
And all it takes is one miracle season, like with Haj.
Haj was at the bottom, and now he's like up there. Back to throw, looking corner route, has his man. That's Darius Davis, is going to get tackled, but not before picking up a huge chunk of yards. And the hurry-up offense is here. Going to audible the tight open, maybe. Play action, back to throw. Looking, going underneath, has Jonnu Smith. Wow, look at DJ Wannaman on the tackle.
Despite Jonnu Smith being 32 years old, he seems to be like a key part of this offense that I did not expect.
Yeah, maybe he's their
His
secret
impact
weapon, you
is
know?
insane. Yeah, he must have
So
been.
funny. Well, put them fours up because we've reached the fourth quarter and the Chargers are in field goal range, up 7. So even you're happy with 3 here, but you want 7, obviously. Back
And
to
the
throw,
field,
and man,
out
the
of field goal
pressure.
range.
Oh my God, what a huge
perfectly
sack.
timed blitz by Cooper.
He wasted a timeout. He must
I don't get that at all.
I mean, he wants to make sure he gets the stop, I think, because he was in 4-3-6-1 even, and he doesn't want that if he wants to play coverage. But that's still horrible. I mean, even I wouldn't even hate like getting a penalty, like a 5-yard, you know, like I don't know. Back to throw now, 3rd and a mile, goes to the angle, and Edmonds in on the tackle. He's been crazy for the defense. This is field goal range, but this is no gimme. And we've seen Stinky kind of lag a little bit. Hasn't lagged as much recently.
There is no wind.
We can't see it. We can't see it. Wow, that looks like it'll be up and good. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Oh, it went in. It went in. It went off the bottom of the crossbar, but they're going to give it to him, and that's going to be a field goal. I mean, I just don't think he realized that he had to aim it down, but God is on his side. He's going to convert the field goal. Kind of looked like it did. I'm not going to lie, but the ruling, no, we can't because I don't feel like it. But field goal up, field goal is good. But you know what? You're happy with, you kind of got to stop. Ike's got to be happy with that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we'll see if he can score. Johnny Wilson on a curl, highballed and caught, jumps over a man. Oh my God, Johnny Wilson. What a play. That's unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
What an unbelievable play. How did that even happen? Steve like dove with his user and it let him get that hurdle, which like glitched him past all the defenders. That is unbelievable. That it literally gave him a ton of momentum. I mean, man, for an offense that is inconsistent to say the least, that's freaking huge. A toss play to the outside. Blockers there.
No.
I mean, the block was terrible. The lineman needed to like pancake that guy. Instead, he kind of threw him into his running back. Not a good moment. But he has red zone threat, you said. So he should be able to score here. Going to the Brock Bowers. A million Chargers unable to reel it in.
So scary. I don't like it at all.
I don't like a curl route because Stinky wants to watch that guy.
What you can't do is not come away with points here.
I mean, I'd really want 7 because it forces Stinky to get 7 because 3 would be like
game over,
super scary. Oh my God. What is he going to dial up?
Maybe we see bench here or something.
The flip is on.
I'd like to see Bowers over the middle of the field. He's been really good doing that. Just get him in stride, not on a curl route.
Well, Etienne kind of spreading out the defense. The run is here. Great blocking. And Trey Benson, 3rd and like 8 yards away. No problem. Give it to the workhorse. Touchdown. I mean, super ballsy. But it works out, and the Raiders are into the end zone. And now Stinky might be sweating a little bit because his offense, super terrible, super awful. Interceptions, bad throws, huge mistakes. This game was won, and he's just given it up. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, in the time that Stinky's offense has needed to pick it up, they've just not done it, and Ike's has. Ike's team must all have the clutch gene, and Stinky's must not. I know Herbert doesn't have it because Herbert's.
I think Stinky just is bad at being clutch. I mean, he can clock people, sure, but sometimes in the big moments he folds too. Like you never know what Stinky you're gonna get.
Clocks people because he knows he's not clutch.
I mean, I think that's a silly thing to say because clocking people is being clutch, but we've seen him fold like to astronomical levels. Like there's no reason this game should be where it is. Like he had it won. I think I don't know. I have no idea how I could put it into words. I'll have to get back to you on that. That would be so funny.
I thought he was gonna run right into the crusher. Oh, he still might. Please.
I think this could be real bad. Okay, now he's auditing back to a pass.
He must be listening to us.
Back to throw, going over the middle.
And it's caught. Wow, these midgets are really holding on to the ball for him today.
I was so scared because if he threw that inaccurate, that's going to the nearest Raider. If he doesn't catch it, it might get popped up. Could have gone to the nearest Raider. But, it looks like he let it down. Good job. Good pass lead.
Jonnu Smith is almost guaranteed to always get open here.
Well, he's not. Back to throw. Herbert looking.
As the deep post potentially doesn't.
Oh, my God. Stinky's making a mistake, but he's not punished. Jamal Adams could have had that for a pick and set them up to at least tie and maybe even take that thing all the way back. I can't believe he got away with that.
I can't believe that either. Wow.
Oh, man.
I don't really like this play call.
I mean, I don't hate it. It looks like pressure might be coming, to be honest. I have no clue. Back to throw is Herbert going to the little curl caught by Jonnu Smith. Gonna bring up a 3rd down and short. This game got a lot more interesting.
Wow, I can't help. I feel like that should have been a pick for Ike early on in the drive, because he threw
right at the hard flat, or whatever it was. Yeah, whatever it was, he had it and got his hands on it and didn't pick it off. So
this looks like a good play. I hope Ike is using the guy that is being ID'd hot.
Please don't use the D lineman, because that's kind of what I think he's on right now.
I hope he's using the slot. He is using the slot guy.
Ooh. Oh, he breaks the tackle. Okay, well, it's not over yet. I mean, but
this is where you wish you had this timeout.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm just so scared. Stinky intent on maybe keeping on the ground, so it would appear. I don't think this is great for Stinky, because he's gonna put himself in a 3rd down and then he's gonna have a decision to make.
Yeah.
And I really think I'd just be trying to score, or at least I don't know, because his run is so bad. He's so bad.
I don't like this at all, because your first read is the zig, and there's a chance he goes out of bounds because
he's gonna have the corner.
He's gonna have the corner for a touchdown. Touchdown, Jonnu Smith.
Well, I'll tell you what. Onsides, super good. You have timeouts. You could win off an onside kick. Certainly not out of the question.
He scores before the 2-minute warning.
I don't think he's gonna score. So, low. Super low. Almost 0. I mean, there's no way he's going to score in 15 seconds unless Johnny Wilson does a Johnny Wilson magic.
Johnny Wilson late Christmas.
I mean, it certainly would be ideal. We'll see what he could draw up. Single back bunch tight end. I mean, he had a big play out of this in the past. He's going to flip it to the other side. If I'm Stinky, I'm literally giving him stock man-to-man, because
running cover 2 here is insane.
Back to throw. I mean, he's got guys, but he backs up way too far. He backed up so far. He needed to let go of that thing. And yeah, I saw the crosser. A little scary with a noodle arm. I don't know if they'd let that guy run under, but it is what I was looking at. I hate how he squats down like that. Back to throw. Johnny Wilson might be the throw here.
Yeah, throw it to John.
Oh, he's going under.
Boy.
Johnny Wilson. There he goes. Bang, bang. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning for sure.
And looking back at that, Bowers looked pretty damn open.
Somebody got playmakered up. I didn't see a touchdown. Okay, well, I mean, I'm just glad he's moving the ball. Because an onside kick, if you know how to kick them, super good. Back to throw is Hurts. Going over the middle, that's Hartsfield, and that's intercepted. That's going to probably do it. I mean, he does have 2 timeouts. He could still get the ball back, but then he'd have to get the onside and score super fast.
Really good user by Stinky there to come back and pick that.
He just really wants to throw these routes that sit down in the middle, these curls and whatnot.
That's 3 interceptions off of curl routes, and I feel like with a little bit of better play calling, if it didn't work once, why are you trying it a 3rd time?
I don't know why. He's so stubborn. Outside run here. I mean, 5 yards. We're not seeing a timeout yet. I mean, he needs this stop immediately if he's gonna have any chance. Um, I'd probably opt to keep it on the ground if I were Stink. Calls the timeout at the last second, so I wonder if he is gonna throw it here for game.
Probably, because a first down effectively ends it. He's not calling his timeouts.
I mean, this is a really heavy look here. Bernard is gonna have a shot. Was he to the edge?
And
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it, man. The Chargers are gonna come away with a victory, but it wasn't a good performance from them. Downright awful. So many mistakes, failure to punch the ball into the end zone. Just not the best. But it was good enough to win, and that's what's important. So
absolutely,
the Chargers moving on, and meanwhile for the Raiders, their season will come to an end. But I'd be proud. You had some great moments in that game. Johnny Wilson on that hurdle. Excellent. That was really cool. That was super funny. But this is a young team, okay? This is a young team, and I think that they could be back in the future. And the Chargers, if they can't figure their offense out, I don't think they're going to last much longer themselves. So,
especially if they have to go play the Steelers.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he plays the Steelers, man, that guy absolutely cooked. There's just no way he's beating the Steelers. We're joined now by a few guests. Stinky, how are you feeling after the big win?
Not the best showing, but we've been a little rusty. We haven't, been able to make it to our last couple of games. We didn't have the nicest showing out, but I joined and I heard the interviewers talking about how we were gonna have trouble with the team in the Steel City. Can we be for real, man? Come on, man. Come on.
Well,
We're more worried about a trip to Jacksonville than a trip to Pittsburgh. Come on, man.
well, we have reason to believe that you might not get it done. And even the Cardinals is here in the chat saying that the Chargers survived, but I would not be confident going forward. Offensively, he looked sus. So
Wow.
we think that your offense, we're all in agreement that your offense was a huge problem tonight. But
Well, I think we all know if one thing is that if my offense is a problem and we still won the game, very confident with our chances at making a run at it.
well, when you're playing Ike,
one of us.
yeah, when you're playing Ike, I think maybe it makes the defense look better than it really is. I mean, the guy just wants to throw a curl route so bad that he gets. I mean, so many interceptions. Granted,
I mean, if we're being honest, the offensive line, I had two really atrocious reads.
you had two terrible interceptions. You had a hard flat that should have been intercepted and given Ike a chance to win at the end. A diving Jamal Adams.
No.
I mean, man, that was terrible.
I mean,
so many mistakes.
It sounds like to me that we have a Packers coach who knows that if he sees the Chargers in the Super Bowl, they're going to convert on 4th and 10 this go around.
Well, I'm not too worried about that because you aren't getting past the Steelers. All right. But you know what? The Raiders had a great season. You won the game. You did what you needed to do. And for now, that was good enough. When we start playing some of these more premier teams, I don't want to call the Jaguars a premier team because, I mean, really, the AFC, it runs through Sniper. Okay, the AFC right now, it runs through Sniper. And until you play him, I think it means little. So,
I've got a bit of a cakewalk schedule.
Well,
I think it runs through the Chiefs until it doesn't right now. Or not the Chiefs.
oh, the Chiefs. Well,
It's not the Chiefs anymore.
Well, we'll see what happens. But Ducky and the Jaguars think that it runs through the Chargers. I don't think so. But for now, that's going to be it. If another game happens, maybe I'll be around. Maybe I won't. But I appreciate you hanging out. Shout out to the Cardinals for watching the whole time. That's exciting.
Yeah, the Steelers apparently watched too.
Really? I keep getting pinged in chat, and I can't read that while I'm live.
I mean,
so
I'm hearing so much for the Steelers. I'm hearing so much sucky about the Steelers right now. I know the Steelers don't want to see us.
I think the Steelers is very confident that he's going to the Super Bowl this year for sure. I actually heard him. I saw him saying earlier to lock it in that he's going to the Super Bowl and nobody's stopping him. But that's just what I heard.
Did beat him by 35 in the regular season.
Well, I don't think he's worried. You're the 1 seed. You locked it up, and quite frankly, the other he thinks the competition has been unimpressive. I don't think he was impressed with the Jaguars. I don't think he was impressed with the Chargers in their playoff game. I mean, really, we could be seeing a D'Angelo Super Bowl. Who knows, dude? We don't know. We don't know.
When's the last time?
D'Angelo's not even gonna play this game.
Yeah, they're gonna lose via force loss. So the Jets aren't going to the Super
It's
Bowl.
looking like a fair sim right now. We're approaching scheduling deadline.
Well,
The only thing that's been said is D'Lo, I've been busy today. And
I've been busy today.
It might be in DM.
Well, truthfully, I mean,
sincerely doubt that actually, but
I mean, just two of the worst schedulers of all time.
I think
The scheduling tank off.
I think the only chance this game gets played is if Wavy comes back.
I mean, I've had to play Wavy in college for like days. I don't know why I haven't gotten the force win yet, but the guy just isn't.
College is dead, man. That shit, it's over.
Oh, he said force win Penn State. Goddamn. I think he actually left. He left the college league. He literally left the college league. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know, but
I think they kind of killed the league.
by the way, can we make it? Let's make an MKL college league next year. Like literally, like I'll make a new server, and it can literally be MKL college, and have people run it that aren't freaking, people that are gonna kill the league for a Madden league that died in like 8 weeks. That was so sad. I think if that Madden league didn't exist, that college would be fine. So,
Are we still alive?
we're still alive. So, Sniper, I hope you heard that, dude. Why'd you kill a college league, bro? Frick you. Anyway,
It is a long run.
I'm cutting this off.
Fast,
Yeah, that's true.
but- Especially because that game is pretty.
The
fucking
game is
hard.
so bad. It's so bad. But I think it could be fun next year.
I really love just watching every streak outrun every coverage. It's really fun.
That's right. All right.
Why did the